All right. So today what I did is I took and I interviewed a few different people to take and to bring onto my team. And so I talked about previously how I'd gone out and I'd hired a coach. And one of the things I'm looking for is somebody that can help create Facebook ads and stuff or help me create content so I can start running my ads and advertising. And one of the things that I guess keep getting here, sit right here on a swing a little bit. It kind of looks like I'll kind of black out, but just kind of trying to document my journey and kind of my thought process and why I've done that. And so I could spend like months and months and months trying to figure out how to start growing my business and making and creating more of an online presence. And I've spent a great deal of time buying books and content and studying and stuff. But sometimes what I notice is you get too close to the trees I guess too close to the forest to notice or too close to the trees to notice the forest. And so I discovered that I'm a little bit blinded with my proximity to my problems and stuff, or to what I'm trying to do to take my business online. And so literally that's kind of why I stepped out and said, you know what, let me go hire a coach. Let me get somebody in here that knows how to do this so that maybe they can do as Tony Robbins suggested. And let's start compressing decades down to days. Like there's methods or strategies, there's things that people do. Like my hat's all crooked. Methods, strategies, things that people do that will accelerate my ability to scale up my business and to make it more successful. And now that I got a business coach, I kind of sat down with him and said, all right, now we got to figure out how to take this thing to the next level. Now, who else do we need to put on the team so that we can start, so to speak, creating content and driving traffic and stuff? And so he gave me two suggestions on coaches. Now, one of the guys that I like to follow is a guy by the name of Russell Brunson, and one of the guys that used to be in his, well, probably still is in his inner circle, has done a great job doing funnels and helping people scale businesses. So I hired one of Russell Brunson's previous students who's got a track record of being successful, and looks like probably the person I'll end up hiring is Russell Brunson, one of the guys that work with him, dude by the name of John Parks, recommended this particular lady that does Facebook marketing and Facebook content and stuff. And so in this case, most likely I'll just end up hiring her. I interviewed a few of them today, and just trying to figure out who. So I look at this, it's kind of like investing, right? Whenever I look at investing and I've talked about investing and I say, all right, so here's stocks that I'm interested in, here's the ones I'm buying on. Like you never know for absolute certainty the outcome of taking and hiring like somebody or buying these stocks and stuff. What you do is you use arithmetic, and then you put the most likely, you create the highest probability that you will be right, and then you stack that on your side of the equation so that you can place very good and highly calculated bets where if you lose, you don't lose much, but if you win, you could win big time, right? And so they're all designed to protect the downside. And so that's why I hired a coach, is because if I look at it, I'm like, which one would cost me more, or which one is the least expensive one? And my conclusion is I think it's probably cheaper to hire a coach that could help me compress decades down to days. Therefore, I can start reaping the rewards of taking what I'm doing online faster. And it's same thing with the Facebook marketing lady. I was like, oh my word, oh, there we go. And so try to figure out how do I accelerate it. And so just putting together some talented people, putting them on my team. And in this case, what I would be doing is just betting that like Russell Brunson or John Parks or these guys, they actually know who they're talking about, who they're referring, in the sense that these guys have got a track record of being successful. And so anyway, I'm going to sit down with my coach a little bit later today, start going kind of combing through the details, trying to be able to vet out and make a decision on how we want to move forward. Because part of my coach's compensation, I wanted to take and to figure out what motivates my coach so that we can figure out how we can get success. And so what I ended up saying with him is he's super passionate about earning more so he can give more, but he wants to make a huge impact. And he was apparently been buying wells in Kenya, trying to provide clean, fresh, and clear water to people so that they don't have to go for miles and miles looking for this stuff. And so what I had mentioned to him is like, all right, tell you what, if you help me hit, this target, what we'll do is I'll fund building a well in Kenya. And in fact, I'll even go with you to Kenya to be able to take and to do this project. And he's like, you know what, Mike? He goes, that actually motivates me. I would be willing to take and to do that. And so I tried to put something in there that would create a vested interest. Like obviously he's going to get paid for helping me get the result right, but the compensation isn't extremely. It's like he's not going to get clients if he doesn't figure out how to get people results. And the reason he's got clients is because he's been able to get people results. But the way his agreement was written up, there was no contingency in the sense that there's no additional incentive or reward. And so what I wanted to do is like, all right, well, let's create more upside for you so that I can create an enhanced interest in being able to achieve this objective. And so that's what I did. Basically what it did is, the net cost is I probably added $20,000 of upside that would deliver on what he wants, which is drop a well in Kenya and go there. And so when I'm talking to him, I'm like, all right, since I brought you on board and I want to work with you, and it's at stake, we've got all these different people that we can hire. Who would you recommend we hire? I already have in my mind who I think we would hire, but we interviewed a couple of them today, and I think both of them are excellent. And so, anyway, that's kind of the status. This post had more to do with just giving you a status on this Rags to Riches transformation that I'm on, showing you how I am taking and moving forward to be able to do it. And one of the big steps is just stop. There's a few things to stop doing, which is don't operate from a place of fear, saying, oh, I don't know how to do this. Take a calculated bet and leap forward, hiring the right guys to help complete this journey. And so anyway, that's what I'm doing. So got the coach on board, in the process of bringing a Facebook person, a marketing or an ads type person on board, so we can start scaling this thing faster and give it some more momentum. Anyway, that's it for today on this Rags to Riches transformation.